These flowers here, little pink ones, they're everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen loads of these about.
They're called Herb Robert. The leaves you can use in salads. They taste a little bit like cucumber, but they won't kill you.
Finger nettles?
Yes.
Wow. I
You
didn't
can
know
eat
that.
those in the salad. You won't die eating those at all.
Are they nice? Have you ever
Yeah,
tried
they're
it?
quite tasty, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Here we have the answer to all our cuts, bruises and stings. This is called a plantain. Later on I'll show you what it looks like when it goes to seed. But this little leaf here, everybody tells you to rub a dock leaf on a sting. That's a lot of tosh, to use an expression. This is what you rub. You get hold of it and you extract the oil from inside. The oil from inside is an antihistamine, it's antiseptic, it's antibiotic. And you would just rub that onto the skin like that. Cuts, bruises, stings, bites, and it works. I have a little cut there which is 4 days old, which bled like a buggery, and I rub that on and it stopped bleeding and it's nearly healed. Now, here we have a willow. What can you see? Leaves, yes, but to my trained eye, just looking around it, and we come round to here. Oh, and what have we got? Something for the winter. This is called a willow gall. It's oh dear me. A willow gall. It goes into the leaf. It's an insect.
Let's have a look. Let's get a close up on that. Yeah.
There. And in the winter, the birds come along and they will eat the insects and give them protein. That is called willow gall. And
Have you seen a lot of these about this year?
yes, they're
David?
just beginning to come. You see there's some more coming here. So
Yeah.
they're just beginning to grow. Again, another sign of a hard, long winter to come as nature. There's another one.
Yeah, there's a couple here.
See,
as well.
yes,
Oh, I bet they're
yes,
actually everywhere,
as,
aren't they?
yes, as nature lays in a massive store of food
And
for
how
its
does
own.
that compare to last year? What
Oh,
you
there were
said?
hardly any.
Hardly any.
For those of you that have seen me on the telly, I was with Alison and Dermot and waving a little oak branch around, and there were no galls on it at all.
No.
This year it's a different ball game completely. There are galls growing everywhere. This is in the early spring. You see a pink blossom and a white blossom. The pink blossom on the hawthorn is called the Midland hawthorn. Now you will notice that these bunches are around 6 to 8 in each bunch. The berries are not round, they're spherical, and these will come after the common white flowering hawthorn. The reason for that is A, they're a different colour, but B, it gives two separate delayed action food sources. So these will come after the proper hawthorn. Now I will take this, which is the pink hawthorn, and we will compare this to a standard hawthorn and you will see exactly what I mean. Here we have a common hawthorn, which is the one with the white blossom in the springtime. Now, look at the difference in the size of the bunches. This has got about 10 to 12 on each truss, whereas the other one has got only 6. So that's the pink hawthorn, Midland hawthorn with a pink flower, little buds. The common hawthorn with the white flower, big bunches. They come first. When they've nearly all gone, the others bloom. So the hawthorn provides 2 lots of food for the birds. This hedgerow is a massive larder. You've got the blackberry honey, hawthorn, cleavers, rose hips. All these hedges are massive food warehouses for the winter for the birds. Honeysuckle, not very brilliant, but they will come later on. But these provide yet more food and fruit, again for the birds for the winter. And in the evening, these give a beautiful honey scent. You come down about 9 o'clock at night on these lovely June evenings, and they're really beautiful. These are called marble galls. You may know them as oak apples. Now, these will ripen to a brown coloured, a brown solid ball, but inside them there are already either insects or flies.
Just going to get a good close up of that for the viewers.
Yeah.
That's unusual to have a whole bunch just hanging around.
This
like
is
that,
very
isn't
unusual.
It?
I've never seen this before, and I've been doing this a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
Now, the beauty of this is, on the 29th of September, which is Michaelmas Day, it's also a wind day, if you take, say 6, 3 from here and then 3 from another location and cut them in half, on the website for September, you will see there are 7 different conditions, whether it's dry, whether it's pale, whether it's dark, whether it's got insects in it, or whether it's got worms in it. But each one of those is given a description on the September website of what it indicates for the weather to come. That is really a very accurate and interesting way to tell you of what these. So it's the 29th of September, Michaelmas Day. You pick those off. Mine, don't cut your fingers because they're rock hard, and then have a look inside.
And why do you think this year there's a whole bunch of them together like that?
Again, hard winter. If you leave them on the tree, the bigger birds will come along and peck on these. You must bear in mind that the oak tree doesn't lose its leaves. What happens is it changes colour, caramelises, and it keeps its leaves through the winter.
Is that every year, or is that just during
No, that's every year.
Every year.
So the only 2 brown leaved trees you will see is a beech and an oak tree. And the bigger birds will sit in the middle of the oak tree because these leaves become waterproof and windproof. But you've also got a source of food because they will open these with their beaks and eat the insects inside.
Wow.
Which is protein, pure protein. Lavateria. But to me, in the countryside, this is a common mallow. Every bit of this is edible. And it looks quite pretty. These on a green salad, they add colour. You can eat all this.
Do you know what I like doing with edible flowers as well? Is freezing them in ice cubes. It looks
Yes.
really cool for like a summer cocktail party.
So those are mallow.
Excellent.
You get dwarf mallow, a bush mallow, and you also get a tree mallow. A tree mallow, the inner flowers will be a lot darker as they go through the middle. Edible. Loads of flowers, but again they will go to seed, so there's more food, even more food for the birds. Everywhere you look there is food up here for the birds. Hawthorn, honeysuckle. And people turn around and say, well, how do you know it's going to be a hard winter? So, well, nature tells you. Well, how does nature tell you? Because it puts all these things out for you to see. All you've got to do is look and see. This little plant is called a pond water crowfoot. Now, 6 weeks ago, the pond was completely white with all these flowers. They come in the spring.
I can vouch for that. I was
Yeah, they're very, very pretty. There's a picture on the June website of Leslie and I sitting down, and the background is all these little white pond water crowfoot plants. See, they stay with their mums.
Oh, they're cute.
And if you notice, going through the fields, there's all paths, see?
Yeah.
They keep to the paths.
Oh, that's
When
cute.
they're walking, see, he's on the path, there's a path here. Yeah.
Wonder why.
Well, they just do.
Oh.
There's a family of nuthatches living in that tree there.
Which, oh, this one.
Yeah.
Big old tree.
Yeah, big oak tree. They're hop. These are hop plants. And you can see the tendrils. Now, years ago, they used to have hop poles and the second Monday in February is hop pole day, when they put the hop poles up. And these will grow up to about 12, 15 feet high, but these haven't got any poles. Those are hops. And they will bring fruit September, October. And so we'll come back and I'll show you the fruit
Definitely.
later. But those are what hops look like. Whatever you do, never, ever touch any of this plant with your skin, because in the sunshine it will burn you. And the burn has got to be treated immediately. This is called a giant hogweed. The flowers are called umbels, and they will grow to dinner plate size. The height at the moment, I'm 6 foot, so they're up to 8, nearly 9 already. They will go to about 12, 13 feet. But as you can see from the stalks, they're beginning to go purple. They'll have purple streaks. They're quite easy to identify, and then you will get spikes on these. The treatment is, if you are unfortunate or stupid enough to touch them, you must cover it and then wash it gently in soapy water. Dry it. Don't try not to break the skin. Dry it, and then you must cover the affected bit for 48 hours. If you don't, the sun will react on the acids that come out of here and the poisons, and you could be quite ill, and I mean quite ill. So if you're stupid or unfortunate enough to touch it, wash it off, cover it, and keep it out the sun for a minimum of 48 hours. That is the giant hogweed, arguably the most dangerous plant we have. You don't have to go and cut it to see how dangerous it is. Just look at it and say, right, we go away, we won't touch that anymore. Sunshine's Christmas Day, a good fruit harvest. Hence, loads of apples. You can eat all these later on. That is called a vetchling. The flower at the top, the beautiful little red flower, it's a member of the pea family. It's a beautiful little dainty flower called a grass vetchling. These are also from the pea family. These are called meadow vetchlings, little yellow flowers. As you can see, it is absolutely full of seeds.
Yeah.
They're called propeller dispersal, full of seeds. Another sign of a hard winter to come. That's a sycamore tree providing more food for the birds.